Welcome to the episode number 19 of my podcast, From Stress to Success Blueprint, with your host, Lolita Guarin. And I want to tell you that my two books about stress management are available on Amazon is Crush Stress While You Work, and then the second one, Stress Management for Dull Children of Alcoholics. Alrighty, let's continue our conversation about micro stressors. Does this ever happen to you? Let's say you are hanging out with friends, or you in the workplace, and then this person showed up. And before they showed up, everything was great, conversation was flowing, everybody was in a good mood, they were laughing. Or like maybe you're in the workplace and you are concentrated and you're doing good and you were on time and you feel so productive. And then that person shows up. And you know that person because that's your friend, that's your coworker, that's maybe your sister's husband. You cannot really get rid of them, but they're always there. Why they micro stressor? Because when they come in, they bring the negative energy with them. They always the complaining parts. They always something the worst thing happened to them. They probably not even listen what everybody else have to say. They will be immediately coming in and unloading, and really that's attention seeking. But also it's the way they manage stress. They just unload on people. Since we know we cannot control anybody else, their actions or their emotions, or what they will do, what they will feel, what is it left for you in that kind of situation? You have to change your point of view about that. Compassion comes to mind, and understanding that's maybe just by listening to them, you're helping them. And by helping them, you are making difference in their life. And I relate to a book that I read about stress management. And it says that the stress reacts to in our body very differently when you think that that's a bad thing for you and when you think that's a good thing for you. Um, and when you tell yourself that this person is in distress and they need somebody to listen to them, I'll be there for them and I will let them talk. And when they done talking, you need to remind yourself that even though it looks like you didn't make any difference at all in their life because, well, they didn't change, the situation didn't change, but what changed is the stress levels. If you will not allow yourself to get pumped up and get involved in the emotional roller coaster and complaining with them, then you're safe. So let's just talk, let them, get all out, just be there, listen in, because the most important part that you can give to other person is just listening to them. When they feel like they've seen and they heard, then they can manage your own stresses better. And then what makes you a better person because they'll then you know that you help them with something. So when you change the point of view about the situation and looking at it like, oh my gosh, they're really annoying me, they're gonna complain about this again, you just look at them and think, wow, they're going through lots of things. Apparently they're not working anything through it and they're not taking action that probably could help them. But I'll be a bigger person now. I'm gonna be there for them because there's so many people take their lives. And when you think about it, it's like, why would they do that? Well, probably because they didn't feel like they had anybody in their life that they can talk to or help them or be supported, and they never felt seen. And sometimes it just takes just a little bit, just listening in and just looking at the other person and just seeing for who they are. And now, if you now thinking, oh my gosh, are you telling me I have to put up with my mother-in-law or my sister's husband when they're talking about the same thing over and over? Look, there is always a way out. You cannot change them, but you can change yourself. And there's few tips that you can do how to get out of that situation. First, always works for me. You can say, excuse me, I need to use the restroom. And then you leave. And then, you just take your time a little bit. Probably they will find another victim that they can listen to, right? So the second thing, if you're in a work environment, you can say, I'm gonna go to the printer now. Very rarely do other people follow somebody else to the printer or to the restroom for that matter. Then you can say that you have a meeting, or you say that you need to call someone. Better yet, you can prepare yourself ahead of time, and then you can tell another coworker, for example, you can say, if this person comes to my office and they will talk for another like 10, 15 minutes, please come and save me. Call on my phone or come and say, hey, can I ask you something? And interrupt that kind of way. But I would not recommend you to get all sucked into the drama, because that is stressful, especially when you cannot even help that person. And if you care for that person, probably you do some, otherwise they would not be even talking to you. Your opinion means something to them. So you can feel for their struggles, and you may think, I wish I can help them, but they're not really listening to me. But you have to take this the way things are, and you need to honor their choice. If somebody really wants to be suffering, from your point of view, let them do that, no matter how painful that is for you to watch. Some lessons need to be learned 2, 3 times. And who are we to decide what is the right for the other person? If they ask our opinion, we can give that. Um, but overall, just listening and thinking, okay, that's good. And then know your limits. You can tell yourself, I don't want to look rude, and I don't want to burn myself down, and I don't want to stress now, and I don't want to get annoyed. So find your limit. Where's your boundary? And say, okay, I can talk with this person for 10 minutes. After this, I'm leaving. And do not be afraid to tell them that you need to go somewhere, or you have to go to the restroom, or you need to go back to work, or you need to attend on some different matter. Because if you, let's say, grew up in a dysfunctional family where you were learning that you have to please other people, otherwise you will not be loved and seen, you may have a difficulty even to telling them, like, I'm sorry, I'm going to use the restroom right now. And you'll be stuck there and thinking for, 2 hours into it, and you still think, I don't know how I'm going to disrupt this. But if you start setting boundaries, it will be much easier for you next time. And then you will see when you tell that person, like, okay, I gotta go now, nothing will change. That, they're definitely not gonna die. And they will know, like, oh, okay, great. So I'll talk to you later. So when you start doing this one time, second time, it will be much easier for you to set that boundary and tell that person that, you know what, I think time is over. Now we need to go continue doing something else. And that way you're honoring also your own needs. And then you allow your own stress levels not to get to the point that is impacting your mood, your energy level, your productivity, and then stressed out by the end of the day, and it didn't even look like it was a big deal. It's not like a big stressor, like somebody called off the project, or you get fired or something like that. It's just this micro stressor that is just slowly sucks your energy out. So you can prepare ahead of time. So I recommend you now, make a list of people. Just think about your coworkers, about your friends, about your employees, about whoever, about family members, and just kind of give them a grade. Like, okay, how annoying are they? Are they those people who put you down? If they put you down, okay, how are you going to prepare? And I can tell you this, when you prepare yourself ahead of a time, when you will see them, you will feel so much better, and you will feel so confident about how you're going to handle the situation, that it will not be so stressful anymore. You know why? Because you change the point of view about that situation. So I'm invite you to that list, and is there a person that comes to your mind right now that you can make that boundary happen? And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. And leave me a comment and tell me, this is a one person or two, and what you're going to do about it. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.